we had Pentagon officials who have disagreed with George W. Bush, who have disagreed with Donald Trump, and they all came out on the littlest things and said, you can't do these things. Where is anyone on the side of the country and the Constitution that has the balls to come out and say, this is what's really going on? He is lying to you. And we're destroying ourselves, our military, our image, our entire country is going down in flames. I don't care if I'm fired. I don't care. I cannot be a part of it. Where are they?
Well, when you choose sycophants to work at the highest levels of your administration, those aren't courageous people, Beck. If you're kissing somebody's butt 24/7, you're not a person of courage. Okay.
Have you seen the Pentagon? Have you seen the size of the parking lot of the Pentagon? There's no one there. No one.
No one at this point. Now, you're going to start to see people undercut Biden because the winds have changed. That will happen. But it'll all be anonymous sources. You know how it goes. But the most important thing for all people listening to us today is that Biden and his McClain and Rice, they put together the staff, the administration. They chose who was going to be in charge of the Pentagon, of the Treasury, of the Department of State. Anthony Blinken, are you blanking kidding me? I'd rather have my 19-year-old son be Secretary of State. I mean, at least the kid grasps the issues. All Blinken does is go, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to say? I mean, he's not Pompeo, and I know this to be true. Pompeo, former CIA chief, went to Trump on a number of occasions and says, no, you can't do that. No, that's not going to work. Blinken's never going to do that. Now, he's going to go. He's done, by the way. You'll see it in the next 2 or 3 weeks because Biden's going to have to offer up some sacrificial people. But it's too late. And this is the good news. There is good news in the story, Beck.
Bill O'Reilly from BillO'Reilly.com. Bill, give me the good news out of this.
Okay, the good news is Biden's done. All right, even though he's going to be there physically in the White House, all right, he's finished. His credibility is shot. He's not coming back, doesn't have the energy to come back or the creativity to come back or the vision to come back. There's a headline in The Guardian, which is a British publication, which is a piece of garbage. You know, that it's the same like the Daily Mail, the Guardian, all of this, just throw it in the garbage. It's just awful. Here's the headline. Biden is facing his biggest crisis yet, and he will survive. No, he won't. Okay? Because even the dimmest American, even the person who never pays attention, who doesn't know anything, has heard about the 13 U.S. military dead yesterday. Everybody has heard about that, okay? And they all know it did not have to happen. That's the key. That's the headline. Their deaths were avoidable because from the beginning of this incredible screw-up in Afghanistan, the administration under Joe Biden has not done one thing that has worked. Keep that in mind. Nothing has worked because they didn't plan it. There wasn't anybody in charge who really knew the country. And so when you have that level of incompetence, you're going to go down. Now, every American knows that. And the ones that do pay slight attention know the border is a catastrophe. They know the woke culture is a catastrophe. They know the progressive left, the socialists are a catastrophe. And you add it up, and what has the man done well? Can you give me one thing, Beck, that
No,
President Biden has done that has helped this country?
He's probably done well sleeping.
Right. He has done nothing good for the country in 7 months. And we have 2 catastrophes, the border and Afghanistan. And more to come, by the way. More to come. Because now all of our enemies know that he is incapable of running the country. And they have an opportunity, a window of opportunity to do whatever evil things they want to do because of him. So let's then get into the real question. What the deuce are you going to do about the terrorists who killed the 13 military in Afghanistan? What are you going to do?
Well, he says he's going to hunt them down, but we don't have any sources on the ground. We don't have any sources. We don't have anyone that will help us.
Yeah, well, I think Susan Rice ought to be dropped in there, okay, in a little parachute, and let her hunt them down. Hunt them down? Okay, here's what you do. You ready for what you do, Beck? Mm-hmm. Are you ready? There are 20 Taliban leaders. 20. Some of them were in Guantanamo, but because Obama wanted them all released, they were.
He made a trade. He made a trade for the worst 4.
Okay, right. Okay, so there are 20 of them. And U.S. intel knows pretty much where they live, where they are. So all of them die. All of them. Not now. You're still pulling people out of there. All right? You've got to get them all, as many as you can, out. But between now and the first of the year.
He's still saying this is ISIS. He's not going to say that.
Look,
he's defending the Taliban.
Beck, the Taliban let more than 1,000 hardcore ISIS prisoners out.
I know.
When they seized Bagram. Okay?
I know.
So this reporting by CNN going, the Taliban don't really like ISIS. They're at odds.
It's bullcrap.
Yeah, it's just garbage. It's just a lie. We pulled out of Bagram, big prison. All the worst of the worst were there. That's where they were. The worst of the worst were in Bagram. Okay? We pull out the next day. All the worst of the worst are, facing Mecca going, hey, I'm free. Who can I kill? Who can I kill? But anyway, you start with the Taliban leadership because they're the reason that the military are dead. Yeah,
right, but they're not. But they're not going to do it. They're not going to do it.
I don't even think that Biden knows who the 20 guys are.
Yeah,
and if you told him, he wouldn't be able to remember them a half an hour later. That's my point. That's how bad this is. That's how much in jeopardy all Americans are.